behind me is my latest acquisition. You've probably worked it out, or you've probably already seen the title. It is a BMW E30 M3. And this footage was all filmed 3 years ago on the day I collected my childhood dream car, a BMW E30 M3. Now in those 3 years, there's been many plans. And in today's video, I'm going to take you through those ideas and also discuss the final plan with you. Now first off, a little bit of background. This car is a genuine E30 M3. As you can see here, we're applying a magnet and you can see it is definitely a metal shelled E30. Now some of you eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed the 4x100 wheels. This is because it's currently sat on 318 IS running gear in order for us to load the car on the trailer. Inside the car is very clean, as the previous owner had all the rust removed prior to my purchase. We have a fiberglass Evo 3 boot, and as you can see it has the position for the gurney flap and the genuine BMW logo. I've also got the original genuine bumpers and also the splitters for this car. I've got the rear bumper and the side skirts, and plenty of original M3 parts. There's also this set of M3 Evolution 3 front wings. The normal E30 M3s have 3 fingers, whilst the DTM and Evo 3s had a 2-finger arch gap. This enabled the DTM cars to run larger wheels, which is exactly what I'm going to need given my future plans. Now when I first bought this E30 M3, I also had an E39 M5, and I had recently just sold the S54 swapped E36 M3 that I built. Now given the E30 came with no engine and no interior, my thought process has always been to build this as a track-inspired DTM style car. So in the early days of first owning this E30, I thought the best thing to do would be S54 swap it. So as you can see, we bought an E46 M3 donor car and ripped it apart with every intention of putting that S54 in the E30 M3 shell. Now over the next 6 months, I truly believed that S54 was going to end up in my E30 M3. So I addressed some issues such as rod bearings and started to maintain this S54 accordingly. Now this was all well and good until I went on holiday around 6 months later. I decided to rent a car which was a left-hand drive manual transmission vehicle. It was at this point I realised building a left-hand drive manual E30 M3 that would be driven on track was probably not the most sensible idea for myself. So I decided to put that S54 in another E36 and decided to go down a completely different route with the E30 M3. If you guys want to see more of our builds, please don't forget to head over to the channel, as there's plenty of content for you to enjoy. And of course, if you enjoy the content, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, as it massively helps the channel grow. Now the next part of this story is quite interesting. I'm driving along the dual carriageway near my house and I see an M3 upside down in the bush. And on my return journey, it looks as if the police and recovery are loading it onto a recovery truck. Coincidentally, I pull into the local petrol station to fill up for fuel and see the chap who was driving the car sat on the bench awaiting a bus. So I initiate a conversation, establish that we have mutual friends, and offer the chap a lift home. After me showing him the YouTube channel and also expressing my interest in the smashed up car, we exchanged numbers. Now despite his loss, he was actually incredibly helpful in making the purchase of this car happen. Now this car was a category B recorded vehicle, which means it had to go for braking and destruction. Now with the use of some of our connections in the BMW world, we made this happen and purchased this car direct from the insurance company before it went for bidding at Copart. Now in order to satisfy the insurance company and Copart, this car had to go direct to the breaker. It couldn't come to my workshop, it had to go up there. So the deal was, I would take the engine and gearbox and the breaker would have the rest of the car. So after many hours of faffing around and lots of driving, we soon arrived at the breaker's yard. And to my delight, somehow this engine was still intact and in good shape. It was just mangled plastics around the front end.
An hour and 10.
Train again, And soon after, I was on my way home with that engine and gearbox package. It's the actual AC pulley and the idler pulley. As you can see, they're cracked. But other than that, the sump's all good. Actual block itself is fine. So under the airbox is all good as well. As you can see, it's currently sat on a pallet
The DCT box is actually still on the back of it. And then literally 2 weeks after buying that, a friend of mine offered me his old M5 lump.
So now I have a real predicament. I've recently sold my E39 M5 and I'm currently building an E30 race car which will ultimately be sold. Once this car is sold, my attention is then going to be back to my E30 M3. So I need to decide between the S62, which is that 5-litre V8 from an E39, or the S65 from the crashed E92 M3. Now, given I didn't want the E30 to be a manual, that DCT gearbox was going to be used. So I needed to find out whether I could fit that DCT gearbox to the back of the M5 engine. Now, after a little bit of research, there is no custom adapter that is available on the market. No one in the world has done this previously. So I spoke to a company called Adamat, who are incredibly well known in the industry at making custom gearbox adapters. And after around 6 months of working together, we managed to profile a gearbox adapter. They also managed to make us a custom flywheel capable of holding the level of torque that this V8 produces. So here's a big shout out and thank you to Adamat, and if you guys need any custom gearbox adapters, the link for their website is in the description. Now, we also purchased the HPR DCT adapter kit and began tackling the job at hand. After putting the adapter and the flywheel on the back of the S62, it was time to now mate up that DCT gearbox. And as you can see, we have a near perfect fit.
So the plan, put simply, is to combine all my favourite M cars together. The E39 M5 engine, the E92 M3 DCT gearbox, the E36 M3 running gear, and an E30 M3 shell. This car doesn't have the original engine, doesn't have the original interior, which means that I am able to build exactly what I want. This car is going to get fully caged, have a carbon roof, and obviously become a track weapon.
Thanks for watching today's video, and I look forward to seeing you in episode 2 where we install that S62 into my E30 M3.